everyone, it is Hannah, your sparkling Spectrumite, and welcome to another WIP and Chat. WIP starts for work in progress, and Chat starts for we're just, gonna chat, see how people are doing, how everyone's enjoying their summer, if everyone is hopefully tolerating this crazy heat wave. I know it's been pretty intense, so for those of you who are battling this heat every single day, I get it. It's been pretty awful here. Like the heat index here is like over 100, so it's awful. So for all of those who are trying not to melt right now, I totally get it. So it's bad. Like, oh, it's like, I don't know about you guys, but like I do way better tolerating the cold than the heat. But anyways, so glad to be back. I know I had to miss last week's WIP and Chat due to being sick. My husband and I both got sick, which is crazy because if anyone gets sick, it's always me. Like my husband never does, but he got it first, which means it's pretty bad if he got it. And then of course I got it literally a day later. But thankfully we're doing good. And thankfully also my daughter never got it. So yeah, thank goodness. But yeah, so let me just briefly kind of go over what I'm working on. I am working on The Last Supper by Jaded Gem Shop. This is a 40 by 160 centimeters. So it's about 5 feet long. And as you can see, it's, probably about, about 2 feet wide, probably. And I started on this summer. I absolutely love this piece. It is a gorgeous piece. It's got 68 colors. It is square drill and extremely confetti heavy, but it's totally worth it. I absolutely love it. So a couple little tools that I'm using is I'm using a Bijou Bliss magnetic tray. Magnetic means, so I got my drills in here already. It's got these magnets on the lid, so the lid sticks right on, which is really nice. So I've got my Bijou Bliss tray that I'm using. I am using an amazing pen from Lazy River Wood Turning. Absolutely love it. Some WE Wax. This is new from Laura with Anxiety Art Adventures has started a shop for diamond painting wax. It is WE Wax. It is a very, very large container. I've been using it for, almost 2 weeks now. And as you can see, like I've barely scraped the surface of it. So this is awesome. I absolutely love it. And then I am using some Pity Putty from Painting with Pity. So this is a whipped limoncello. It smells really good. It smells just like a lemon frosted cookie. It just really, really smells good. And yeah, so those are just some tools. And then last thing is, second to last thing, I am using my Madonna cover minder from Gina's Unique Boutique. And then everything that's holding my things right now is this beautiful custom tray that I had made from Amazing Crafts. So all my fun tools and accessories. So I'm just finishing up this tiny last little square here. And then honestly, I will probably, I'm still going to be working on this piece because I just love it too much. I don't want to stop it, but I probably won't be working on it like every single day because I am getting my new canvas ready for a couple of events starting in August. So I will be doing The Sisters by Cheryl Baker. It's one of the newer releases from Diamond Art Club. It released maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, so it's not very old. And it's basically a really cute version of the Sanderson sisters, but instead of people, they're like little mice. It's super cute. And I am actually going to be working on that for the Cheryl Baker Diamond Painting event. It is an event that's starting in August. It is hosted by Cindy Schwinn over on Instagram. And this is the very first like Cheryl Baker event there's been. So I've always been a fan of Cheryl Baker's artwork. So I was very, very excited to hear that this event was going to be coming into fruition. So very excited. I'm also going to be kind of dipping into another event with the same canvas, which is Paws and Claws, hosted by Lazy River Diamond Painting, Steph over there, and also Laura from Anxiety Art Adventures. Super excited about that one. And then also, I will be doing ABs in August, which is another diamond painting event with where it focuses on special drills, and the sisters happens to have 4 types of special drills, so it qualifies for that event. So yeah, I'll be participating in 3 events with 1 canvas. So I love how it kind of worked where I could triple dip like that. So anywho, so I'm gonna try and get this this last little square done before August, which I'm sure I will, because this has got a little color blocking to it, but I don't know. I've been pretty much single placing this whole entire piece, and I think I've just gotten into a rhythm of single placing, so that's just what I've been doing. But yeah, so I'll finish this little square probably by tonight, and then I'll probably just hang it up, or I'll move it to a different workspace so I can kind of maybe have 2 canvases out at a time and be able to still work on it as I'm working on the other, because I love this kit so much. And also I kind of have given myself a goal of when I want it finished, so I don't know if I want to say it out loud yet, because then I'm afraid like I won't meet it. So I'm not going to say when I want to get it finished by. I mean, I think I'm definitely giving myself enough time, but you know, knowing me, who knows what could happen, because I don't know. I'm the person with 10 different WIPs right now, so I tend to switch a lot. But I don't know, this one has really held my focus, and I think part of it is I just love the image. I love old masters paintings as well. Like, I typically gravitate more towards old masters, and you might be seeing that more in the future too. Like, I still love other paintings, like for example, like Cheryl Baker, and I've got a good stash of really none of them are old masters. There's maybe like 1 or 2, but I have a feeling, I don't know, I think I'm just kind of gravitating more towards old masters, and you may just start seeing more of that. I don't think I would only work on old masters, but I definitely think I could see that in the future becoming kind of more of my thing, because that's what I've always loved. And my very first diamond painting was an old masters, and I don't know, I wonder, it kind of makes me wonder, like, I wonder if when you first get into diamond painting, if like the first diamond painting you ever complete, like kind of wires you for what you're gonna do. Who knows? I don't know that. I think it's an interesting theory, because I think about it, and my first painting was an old masters. Not only did I single place it all, because I didn't know anything about multi-placing at the time, and it was extremely confetti heavy. And it's funny, that's typically now what I gravitate to. Like, I like color blocking and everything, and if it's color blocking, that's great. But if it's all confetti, I'm kind of like, yeah. Like, I don't know, it never really bothers me for some reason. So I don't know. I think that'd be an interesting theory. If you look back to what your very first diamond painting you ever completed was, and if you kind of gravitate towards that type of artwork now, or that type of kit. Be interesting to hear from others if they're kind of the same way. So, all right, what has been going on? So I kind of said earlier, like, I got sick, so that pretty much took me out for, let's see, I was sick Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so yeah, that took me out for about 5 days. Yeah, it was not fun. And when I get sick, unfortunately, I've got, like, you know, autoimmune stuff, so typically when I get sick, it takes me quite a while to recover. Like my husband was probably better in about, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. And yeah, it took me 5. And I'm still, honestly, I still have drainage. Like I'll probably, this WIP and Chat might be a little shorter only because kind of my throat hurts. Like it's still because of all the drainage. Then on top of that, I've kind of had a little bit of allergies too. So I'm just like, lovely. But we'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to try to do as much as I can. But once my throat hurts too, I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm a wimp, but I don't like having a sore throat. It's not fun. So I may have to stop sooner than what I usually do. But we'll see. We will just keep going and proceed. So let's see. So yeah, so I was sick. So that really kind of, put me out of commission for a couple of days. This week though has been pretty mild, honestly. Really just enjoying these last few weeks of summer vacation. My daughter goes back to school on August 15th, so that is just right around the corner. So yeah, just really kind of trying to enjoy it. We have done some back to school shopping already, so that was actually really nice. Like usually I'm the one, I usually do all the back to school shopping with my daughter, like looking at the supply lists and, making sure she has everything. But since I was sick last week, I kind of felt bad because, my poor daughter, she's just kind of at home, not much to do because I was out of commission. Like I pretty much was in my room and obviously I would check on her and things like that. And thankfully my daughter's 9, so she's pretty self-sufficient. Like, she can make herself food and she can, do things like that, which is really nice. But, at the same time, I'm like, I know it wasn't fun for her to just be, entertaining herself for 3 days while I was sick. So, my husband had asked, he said, well, do you want me to do something fun with Maggie while you're recovering? And I said, yeah, that would be great because, she's really been a trooper just kind of doing stuff on her own while I've been sick. So, of course, the fun thing that she wanted to do was back to school shopping. So my husband went ahead and took her, which was lovely. For all you out there who always have to do the back to school shopping and, you got to find everything on the list and things like that. I have to admit, it was really nice to get a break from that this year. So my husband took care of it all, which was awesome. I was very appreciative of it just because I like back to school shopping. And honestly, like my daughter's list, it wasn't that complicated. It was pretty straightforward. But it's crazy. It's already crowded. And people were already, things were literally already starting to sell out. It was crazy. And this was, like last week, like still kind of mid-July, but I don't know. I guess people go earlier and earlier, I feel like. Like I remember when I would go back to school shopping, I think my parents took me like the week before, like just a couple days before and then we were good. And now I feel like, goodness, like everyone like does it. They do it like in mid-July, I feel like. So, but I guess on the plus side, like we've got it all done. So now we can still just enjoy the rest of our summer. So I guess getting it done early, it has its perks, but I don't know. It's so different because I was like, wow, people go back to school shopping really early. But so my husband handled that. And then I kind of like, as far as clothes shopping and everything, like thankfully we don't have to do a whole lot of back to school clothes shopping because it's still hot. So it's like when school starts, they're still going to be in shorts and everything. And my daughter goes to public school. There's no uniform requirements or anything. So it's pretty easy to find clothes for her. And so I do a little bit of clothes back to school clothes shopping though. And her grandmother really likes to take her. So I took her to a store at the beginning of the week and got her a couple of things because I kind of like to break it up. I don't like to do a whole lot of I don't like to do it all in one trip just because I'm not a huge shopper. Like 2 hours max is about what I can do with shopping. And so I took her to a place earlier this week. Oh, and it was kind of fun. And I took her to get, we got our nails done too. We got manicures. Now, when I say nails done for my daughter, you know, obviously I did, you know, my nails more, you know, kind of a full set. Whereas my daughter, we did like, I was kind of curious because I didn't want her to do like the gel or anything because, you know, the UV light. And I'm like, ooh, you know, she's 9. I don't want to do the UV light yet. However, I was kind of looking into the dipping powder. And so I let her do that. I let her do a dipping powder. And it's definitely not something, you know, that we're going to do all the time, obviously. But kind of looking, it's not too harsh on the nails. And it's not something we're going to do all the time. So it was fun. And so she did the dipping powder. And she really liked it. They did a nice job. And honestly, her nails too, they look really nice. And, you know, they're not, because her nails can get, she's not a nail biter, thank goodness. She actually doesn't. But, you know, I don't, like, we clean her nails and trim them and all that. But she's never really been into, you know, like really taking care of her nails or anything. Like, we kind of got to remind her. So this has been kind of nice, like, to just now we don't really have to worry. And they look really nice. Like, they just, I mean, they always look nice. I'm not trying to say, oh yeah, 9-year-olds should get their nails done, because that's not it at all. But it is nice that it's just kind of, they look nice, and they're not going to break or anything on her. And yeah, they just look cute. So that was fun to do. And yeah, then we did a little bit of clothes shopping. And yeah, it was fun. So she picked out some really cute stuff. And then today we did more. And then yesterday we got some shoes because Target, of all places, for people who love Target, they had like a ton of shoes on clearance, which was awesome. So I'm like, yes, whenever I can get shoes on sale, that's awesome. And for those of you who are in the, you know, out of states, you know, Target, it's just a big chain store. It's like Walmart, but, you know, a little different. So did that, found her shoes. Trying to look at what my foster cat is like going crazy down here. She's having fun. She's playing with a piece of paper. So I'll give you more updates on her in a minute. But yeah, so we found her shoes, and then her grandmother loves to take her shopping every year. Like every year we do a big, you know, back to school shopping trip. So we did that today. So we did that this morning, and it was pretty easy. Like that's kind of the nice thing. My daughter, she's going into 4th grade, and she, you know, she has her ideas on what she's like. She's very decisive. And so, yeah, it was pretty easy. So we found her some, you know, a couple more shirts, couple more pairs of pants, and she was good. She was happy. So it was a very, very easy back to school shopping experience. And it was good to get out with my mother-in-law too. Kind of to get you all back up to speed on her, or for those who are new, my mother had major kind of emergency shoulder replacement surgery at the beginning of June, because we found out, so my mother-in-law is a 2-time breast cancer survivor, and unfortunately though, it did come back and it had gone through her bone. So she had to have complete shoulder replacement surgery and was recovering from that all summer. So we did get pathology reports back and everything, and it wasn't the best news. I mean, it's a bummer, and we're still processing it. But it is metastatic breast cancer, and unfortunately, at this point, it's really, the treatment is to basically prevent it from spreading, but it's not going to be something that you know, they can get rid of, unfortunately. And they did give us kind of a prognosis of, you know, what her life would look like with treatment. And, I never want to say timelines or anything because you just never know, but they kind of, gave her, they were, and I get it. Like, doctors have to be realistic about things. They can't sugarcoat things. So I totally understand that. And they did. They kind of let her know, this is kind of what time could look like for you if you do treatment, and this is what time will look like for you if you don't. So she is going to do treatment, and thankfully she did start that, but the good news is she's feeling really good. So that's the good part. She does not have to have chemo, so that's nice, which I think she was very happy about that. And yeah, she actually is feeling good right now. She's she got approved to drive again with her shoulder and everything. So she's really just, maintaining all her she's very social. She's got her friends, she's got her groups that she's in. So she's doing all that again, and I think after everything that hit her, I think she's got, sense of normalcy right now. And she did. She wanted to do our back to school shopping trip and felt good about it. So that's what we did. And so it was really good. And I'm glad that Maggie has that time with her, with with her grandparents when she does. So yeah, it was good. It was good to get out, and we had lunch and went out to lunch and all that. So it was fun. It was really fun. And just thank you to all who have had, just kind thoughts regarding my mother-in-law and have been so nice about everything. It does, like, there's no other way to say it. Like, cancer sucks. It just does. And, but, everyone with their kind words and well wishes were just very, very thoughtful. And believe me, I always appreciate that. And I hope I let you guys know that enough, because it does. It means a great deal to me. And I definitely appreciate how supportive this community is, for sure. So, but yeah, so we did our back to school shopping. Right now, if you can hear noise in the background, that is our foster cat, Sunny. We have a foster kitten. She is, gosh, we've had her so she's about 8 weeks old now. And we are fosters with our local Humane Society here. And she was needing a foster home to put on some weight to become adoptable. And she's definitely met that goal now. She's definitely put on the weight. She's getting, like, it's so cute. Like, she's a tiny little thing when we got her. She weighed barely over a pound, and now she's probably almost at 2. She's getting there. She's definitely put on a lot of weight in the 2 weeks that we've had her. And I've looked, I was like making sure, well, I don't want to overfeed her, but no, she's putting on weight really nicely. I think too, it's just, a lot of it too, like some of these little ones that are so young, they just don't put on weight very well because it's a stressful environment in a shelter, and home environments just kind of are a little better for them. So she's doing great. All of our cats, because we have 3 cats of our own, they're getting along with her great, actually. Because our last foster cat, our cats had like nothing to do with him. Like they did not like him, and it was like, yeah, they stayed away with him at all costs. And but this one though, and I think it's because she's a kitten, it's a little different. They're all really good with her. They're all really sweet. They like to play with her. They're kind of, showing her the ropes, like how to be a cat. Because when we got her, she didn't have siblings or a mom, and she was only 6 weeks old. So we don't know, what happened exactly. So, she didn't have any way to learn how to be a cat. And so I feel like that's kind of what our cats are doing right now. They're kind of showing her the ropes. Excuse me. So yeah, so that's been really good. She's super sweet. Her name is Sunny. I actually showed her off on my live yesterday. I went live and showed her off, and that was super fun. And yeah, she's fun. She's really fun to have. I have a feeling we're probably going to have her for a while because then I'm so glad, and thankfully she was not exposed to it. But our Humane Society, they have like an outbreak of like that, like feline leukemia or something. Like it's that really bad one. And so they can't take any cats in or adopt any cats out right now until everything's cleared up. So even though Sunny is adoptable now, like she's not going back to the Humane Society probably anytime soon, because obviously we don't want to risk it, and they have got their hands full with like trying to make sure, you know, they don't have any more sick cats or anything like that. So yeah, so if you can, like, check on your local Humane Societies, because they are, I think they're hurting. Like, I know ours, and ours is a great Humane Society. They do an amazing job. But I think, like, kind of from what I've heard, it's like across the country. Like, they are all having a tough time because of, I mean, they're literally still recovering from the pandemic. Like, they're still just having trouble with finding homes for animals, or people got animals during COVID and now they don't want them. And it's been a lot, I think, for our Humane Societies. So yeah, we were just happy to help where we could. And thankfully, Sunny is just like, sorry, I'm watching her. She's downstairs with me and she's a little spitfire. It's funny. She can hold her own with our cats. And our cats, you know, they're not kittens. They're 3 and 4 years old. They're pretty, but she definitely holds her own with them. She's funny. So yeah, they're doing great. So that's all that's going on there. So yeah, really just back to school shopping. Trying to think if I have like anything else coming up for the summer, and I don't. Like, I think at this point we're just kind of coasting. We're just kind of enjoying the rest of the summer. Maggie's still doing swim lessons, which has been great. Oh, that's kind of cool. So Maggie's learning how to dive, which I'm super excited about, and she's loving it. And she's just a natural. She's so good at swimming. And she's got an awesome swim teacher who is her swim team coach and is learning how to dive and is rocking it. So that's been super fun to watch. And yeah, so it's fun. So we watch her swim lessons and just kind of, you know, chill and enjoying the rest of the summer. It's been really nice. Yeah, sorry guys, you can tell I still have a little bit of drainage left. Like, it definitely, like, and I know I probably, like, because I've heard in the news, like, there's been a resurgence of you know what, so there's part of me that, like, I probably should test myself. So I need to do that. I don't know though. It feels like a cold though too. I don't know. And I don't know. I won't even get into that because I'm just like, oh gosh, I don't want to even. That was Sunny. She's having fun with the bowl. Apparently it's become a toy. But anyhow, so yeah, that's really just been what's been going on. So I'd love to know what's going on with you guys. There's a lot of events coming up in August, I feel like. So I know, like, I was doing Summer with the Masters, obviously, with this kit. And that's coming to a close. And there's so many events in August, I feel like. I feel like there's like Beat the Heat, there's ABs in August, there's Sailor Summer, there's the Cheryl Baker one, there's Paws and Claws. Like, there's a lot for August. So I'd love to know if anyone else is participating in any of these events. They're always fun. And like, when I say participate, like for me, like I participated, like I like to show the events love. I don't necessarily like enter myself for giveaways or anything like that, but I love to, like, you know, the creators and the people who are putting on all these events, like I love to show them support when I can, or at least give them a shout out, because yeah, it's a lot of work to put on events, and it takes a lot of you know, organization and all that. You know, speaking of events, like Sophie, the Diamond Help Desk, Anthony at Single and Placing, and we're, you know, going to be gearing up for our cross stitch conversion event. So I'm super excited about that. So that won't start until October, but heck, I mean, considering next week is August, I feel like, you know, it's going to be right around the corner. It won't be long. So, you know, it does. It takes a lot of, quite a bit of preparation and organization. So, you know, for those people who always put on events, thank you, because it makes it fun and kind of gets you in touch with the community. And I always love seeing what other people are working on as well, because, yeah, it's just fun because everyone has their own, you know, idea of what to do. And then some people even do, you know, like special enhancement drills and things like that. So it's just always fun. Always fun, fun, fun. But yeah, so so let me know what you all are doing as far as events, if you're participating in any. So far as there's some new releases that I've been kind of looking at with some shops that it's tough. I'm like putting them all on my wish list because I'm trying to, you know, not buy as much right now as far as canvases, because really I've got plenty. But man, there's some new releases from a couple different diamond painting businesses that I'm just like, ooh, I really want those. So I'm not though. I'm adding them to my wish list. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to at least get through August without buying any canvases at least. But we'll see. We'll see. Because there are a couple of kits that I'm just like, I'm really, really wanting to have. And I don't know. I don't know if I can say no to them. We'll see. But yeah, so that's another thing. Feel free to let me know if there's any canvases you have your eye on or kits, because I definitely have my eye on some, but I'm really going to try and be good and wish list them all. So we'll see. And honestly, like, it's still far away, but October, like my birthday's in October and all that, so I'm like, you know, that's not that far away, and then I'll just treat myself to my birthday. So if I can hold off, I will. Now, as far as like, you know, trying to kind of do a no buy, that does not count small shops. I will definitely still be probably purchasing from small shops, just because I think it's fun and I like supporting small businesses when I can. So my no buy technically does not include that. Yeah, with small shop stuff, if I like it, I typically get it when I can. But yeah, so let's see, what else? Oh, okay. Another thing I did this week. Oh gosh, I almost forgot. And I have to say something because I loved it so much. So, you know, really thought about it and kind of looked at reviews and looked at, you know, different websites. I kind of talked about it, but I did take Maggie to go see the Barbie movie. So we did go see it. And oh my gosh, guys, we loved it. Like, Maggie wants to go see it again. I don't mind because I thought it was hilarious. I mean, I was laughing till I was in tears. I just thought it was so good. And I think it's got such a fun, positive message. So yeah, we did go see that. And I went back and forth because it's a PG-13 movie. And I typically don't let Maggie see those types of movies. But after kind of reading what was in it, and there's like a really good website that kind of tells parents, like, they review movies for parents and kind of let them know, like, oh, it's got this many swear words or this scene and that. So it's kind of nice. So I read that ahead of time just to kind of see. And then, you know, with things like in movies, if my daughter sees it, I just always ask her after. I'm always like, okay, do you have any questions about like what you saw? And just like explain things to her. And so that's what we did. And yeah, afterwards, there's a couple of questions. She's like, oh, well, what did this mean? Or what did that? And, you know, we talk about it. And she did. She loved it. And it was just fun. So if you have a chance to see it, I definitely recommend it. I think if you go into it too, because I think there is like, I guess, some controversy around the movie, but I think if you go into it just like with the attitude of, hey, this is just a fun, enjoyable movie, I'm just gonna enjoy it for what it is and not put any, weight into it, then I think, that's a great way to see it. Because I don't know. I think when if it gets over analyzed, then you're going to go down the rabbit hole, and then you probably won't enjoy it as much. So I think if you just enjoy it for what it is, it's a funny movie. I thought Ryan Gosling was hilarious in it. I just thought it was so funny, and yeah. So that's all I'll say about that, though. But it was a fun movie. It was a fun, mother-daughter date. And we really enjoyed it. So yeah, we got to see at least 2 movies this summer. We saw The Little Mermaid, and then we saw Barbie. So yeah, it was super fun. But I think that's about it. As you can see, yeah, my week has been pretty uneventful, but I am always okay with that. I have no problem with that. In fact, it's probably a good thing, because once we get into the swing of school, it's not necessarily busier per se. I actually think my summers are busier than the school year, but I don't know. I feel like the school year, it'll still be, there's still a lot of things going on during the school year that will, make things busy. So, but yeah, so let me know how you're doing though. Again, I love doing these WIP and Chats just to, let you guys know how things are going, but I want to hear from you. I want to hear how you're doing, what you're working on, what's going on in your life, because I always appreciate your guys' support. I really do. It was really fun. Like yesterday when I went live, I got to I got to announce the winner of my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and that was really fun. And I really do appreciate your guys' support so much. Without you, there is no channel. And I know I say that each time, but it's true. It really is true. And there's no way I would be doing what I'm doing right now without your guys' support. So I'm always very, very appreciative of everything. So yeah, but as you can see, I got quite a bit done with this square. It doesn't have as many colors, so I will probably just, finish this up tonight. I will make sure I post a progress pic on my community tab here on my channel. I also always post progress pics to Instagram if you want to follow me there. And yeah, so I think we will just wrap it up. I'm trying to see how long I've been going. Okay, so I'm like a little shorter, but not by much, honestly. So yeah, but that is that. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourselves, taking care of each other. I hope that this video finds you some joy, because it does. It always brings me joy making them. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.